what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So listen, you guys know how much I hate unboxing videos, so I already opened the box. So this is a preview video. Brandon Thrasher from Thrasher's Garage, great freaking channel, right? He sent Scab at ChoirBoyz Cutlery Outdoors, ChoirBoyz with a Z, a box of knives to play with. And he said to me, he says, not Scab, but Brandon, he says, hey man, if you want to play with some of these, I'll have Scab send you them and you can send them back to me rather than him send them to me. So I said, bam, okay, because there was one knife in this group that I really wanted to, really wanted to check out. As soon as I saw it, I said, holy crap, I gotta get my hands on that somehow. And that's when Brandon was like, yeah, you can play with it next. I said, oh man, I like that sound. So now there's one missing out of the box, and it's that, I think it's called the Harsey fold or something like that. I don't know. And it's like one of Scab's favorite knives. So I would hate to have to get it and then find out that I don't like it and say something bad about the design or something. So because he loves that knife, and I can't, just because I like somebody, I can't not be honest about something. I'd have to say what I felt. And now I'm glad that I don't have to say anything, because if I didn't like it, I would have felt bad having to say I didn't like it. But I mean, who knows? I might have loved it. But it's this one. This one I've been waiting for, man. So I'm just going to show you what we have coming up. Is this the Curtis? Is that what it's called? It's like a Curtis FU or Curtis F me. Curtis, it's a Curtis F something. But we're just going to go real quick over some of the ones that he sent me that we're going to be going over for the next week and maybe a couple days or whatever, depending on the weather. So there's a couple that he sent me from Pearson's, right? I think that's what it's called. I mean, that's what he's called. His name is Pearson. And immediately, like the first one I took out of the package was this big guy right here. Immediately, I said, all right, it looks kind of cool. You know what I mean? I dig it. Is it how I would have designed it? No. But would I look at it and go, oh, that's a terrible design? No. The one thing I found out about both of these Pearsons is the first thing I did is grab the grip, and to me originally all I thought was, wow, these are some slick grips. So like, these are slippery, really super slick grips. But then when I dug my hand into it, for some reason, the more pressure you put into the grip, the more it actually grips. So it's kind of weird. A light grip on this thing, it's like slip. But once you dig into it, it goes. The one thing I can say about both grips, and I'm really happy about this one especially, and I'll show you why. But I'm going to do a full review. But is they're made to fit a hand. The only thing once I put the grip that I didn't like is this really sharp edge right here, man. That just right at that position, this piece right here is digging into me like crazy. But we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go because I have no doubt this thing's going to be a hitter. I mean, just from the shape of the grip, I think the shape is done really freaking well. So this one should be a wham bam, thank you ma'am, let's get down and slam type thing. So that's going to be pretty good. Now this one is another one where I felt it and immediately thought, wow, it's another really slippery grip. He used red pins to go with red liners. I like that. I thought that was kind of cool. But it's another one where the harder I gripped, the better it stuck. Now the reason I liked this grip was, again, because it fits a hand. And when you're talking about a blade this size, a lot of times what a designer will do is they'll shorten up the blade. Stop doing that. It sucks. This one actually fits the hand. The only thing, again, is this guard, man. It, instead of going like around and up, you know what I mean? It goes around and around. So big hands, like my hands are huge. That's super uncomfortable. But again, we're going to give it a go. Who knows? As it goes through, it might just get better and better and better. So I don't know. Who knows? It might get worse and worse and worse. But we're going to find out. So then there's this one. Now I'm going to tell you all the nitpicky things out right away and just get them out of the way. because who knows, these things might test great. Let's see, this is the EMPEDC Nimble X. You can pronounce it however the hell you want. That's a whole lot of letters. I'd never be able to remember that. So this one, the first thing I did is I grabbed it and I thought, really cheap feeling. And I know I felt that way about the Medford too, because it just has the metal scales in there and it's thin. So it just gives kind of a cheap feel, probably because my hands are so big, it like wraps around it and it just, it felt cheap. It's not, I guarantee you this is some good stuff and I haven't even gone through it yet. And I love the fact that it kind of looks like a hand grenade. That turned me onto it. But then I went to flick it and I was like, what the hell, is there a lock? And look how white my fingernail is. Look. Okay, back to color. Look at that. You have to like get the right angle to make that snap. Otherwise, you can sit there all day pulling on that thing. It's going to be hard as hell. The thing is, once I found out that you go to the right angle, that thing snaps like it's on fire. So that was cool. That was a learning experience. And maybe it has something to do with it just being squared off, which is kind of weird to me. But, see that? I just did it at the wrong angle, and it locked. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. It's weird. It's weird. So that's something I'm going to have to get used to. And something I will have to play around with to try and figure out. So, next on the list that's going to be gone over this week is this guy right here. It's a camera. No, it's not a camera. So this is the one that I thought I was going to hate the most, just because even though the blade, oh, that's nice. The blade is really nice, right? It's got the sweet like sheep's foot type thing going on with a belly. And normally when you see like a sheep's foot or a Warncliffe, things like that, a lot of times it's just straight. This has got a nice belly on it, and it's kind of like double hump. I like that. It goes up here, not just flat. I like that. So everything from here up, I was pretty pleasantly surprised with when I first saw it. I like the fact that there's a choil, and it's a working choil. You can pull back on it, and you'll be okay from hitting the ricasso. Here to here, I was like, that is one ugly freaking knife, man. I was like, there's no way. It's just shapeless. It's fat. It's just awful looking. Put it in my hand and I started thinking, that's pretty comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I might not like the way it looks from here to here, but holy hell, I cannot disagree with this designer. It feels right. It feels right. It's just in the hand for right now, but I'm not gonna lie to you, that surprised me. That one surprised me because I expected not to like it. And that's the thing is, you see some things and you go, oh my God, that's my kind of knife. I love that. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that. And then you put it in your hand and you're like, oh, what a disappointment. I just paid this much money for something that sucks. I hate it. I can't stand it. Not that. Nope. No way. That one feels really good. It does. So, and then there's this honey pot right here. I know there's like a little letter in there. Maybe this tells what it is. This is Curtis Custom Knives F3. It's not the FU. I'm the FU. It's the F3 titanium frame S35EN. I'm really glad he put a little note in there because that keeps me from having to look it up. I still have to look it up to get all the specs anyway, but this is one of those, like a beam of light from the heaven shines down. Oh, girl. That one is so nice. I saw this, and you know I did my John Jay tribute with the jade scales. This has kind of got that effect with the jade scales. It would look really nice next to my Rambo. This jimping, you look at it, and you're like, oh, that looks like it's going to be sharp. It looks like it's going to be like a little saw. It looks like it's going to be so bad. That is nice, man. It's a hollow grind, which I was surprised with. Because normally with a hollow grind, once you get in here to this really thin part, you got to be careful because you do any kind of twisting, you can snap a piece of that right off real quick. I know Scab did a full review on this one, and it's not snapped. I can tell because I'm looking at it. This one right here, to me, this is one of my absolute favorite styles of blade. As a matter of fact, in my pocket right now, I have a Kubi, right? And you can see the similarities, how I just love when this This has got a nice little drop point, but it comes up a little higher, where this one is more flat at the end, and it has a real sharp drop. But for this whole style right here, right, they're pretty close. They're pretty close. This is what I look for in like an EDC. And this is a frame lock. This has got the most freaking beautiful. I'm wondering if the F3, I have to really look it up because I'm not a pilot and I'm not Air Force, but I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like from some kind of military aircraft targeting system. That's what it looks like to me. This reminds me of like Gatling gunning. So that's what I'm trying to think is like the F3. I'm going to look it up. It might be a plane. That's what I'm guessing. But if so, that looks like a target system to me. That looks like a barrel and, a cylinder, or no, the barrels. It's just awesome, man. This thing, so far, every single thing about this just screams my name, man. I'm gonna be looking these up tonight and really studying what these go for and all that. This to me, in hand so far, man, oh man, oh man. All right, so that's what we have coming up on those guys. I'm pretty sure we can squeeze a couple shorts out of them somewhere in there, because this one right here is squeezing some stuff out of my shorts, let me tell you. Wow, that's gross. All right, so that we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 of them. So that's 6 days of full reviews. Depending on the weather and what's going on, it might have to break up into a little bit more. But Brandon is just this awesome guy, and he's like, hey, take your time. And I'm like, all right, you'll see this one in about 6 years. All right, so that's it for these. Colleen McCory and Captain Electro, your stuff is right here getting ready to get shipped. So I'll be getting that out to you guys as soon as possible. Colleen, again, thank you so much. Awesome. The Sly Steel, if you guys haven't seen it, the Sly Steel Spectre, check it out. The designer, awesome guy. Guy's a genius. It's like worked like on nuclear subs and things like that. He was an engineer and for like a nuclear subs in the Navy. So, all right, that's it. I am going to keep playing with the F3 and just being off for the rest of the night. And we will see more and more of those. I am Donnie B all day. Until next video.